You well. Let's get back into developing software. So I'll just ask for a little bit because I forgot to tweet that to remind folks we're live right now. So I'm just gonna go and do that. If anyone can confirm me if the sound is well, if the music, if you can hear it but not over my voice, that would be the sweet spot. What an amazing day. I hope you're having a great one as well. Okay. So, where's my tweet? I have to find it. Yeah. Here you go. So, yeah. Let's go. And we have the chat. It's still not... Oh, hello, Homer. Welcome, and thank you so much for the heads up. Thank you so much. So let's put our hands into some coding, shall we? So today we're exactly doing something a little bit different, not exactly coding. I'm excited about this. So let me just share my screen. Let's get this started. Yeah, here we go. So I need to open in an incognito to show you the dashboard. Yeah, there you go. So coming in 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So GitPod. GitPod is a tool for having a cloud development environment. And what does this mean? It means that we can have all of our setup running inside the browser. And this is just for the starters. Hello, Samuel. For a long time I didn't find you live. Nice to see you. Welcome. Hey, Omer. Again, of course, you were replying to me, right? Sorry. Okay, so GitPod, yeah. So just for a starter, imagine you are on a, I don't know, many situations. Like you are on the go, you have your iPad or tablet or any device really that can handle a browser. So you have your full environment to develop or to contribute on your project or in any given project. And you can do all of that from within your browser. Furthermore, we can easily check features and PRs and commits because the mindset is to bring up an ephemeral environment that we can just delete when we're done. So that's amazing. That's also very cool for onboarding colleagues or members or friends or students. It's very, very good. Pair programming becomes really easy also. It's just a link away. So also playgrounds or demos, test driving some application becomes really, really quick and easy, right? It takes all of the complexity out of the way, and we'll dive into that right now. Been a while, I know, but glad to catch the stream live. Yeah, this was Samuel. Thank you. Okay, so let's get back. I just cleaned all my environments, so feel free to browse. I will have the links in the description later. I will just put it in the chat right now. Cool. So I have an empty dashboard for now, and maybe I will show you, yeah, I have a project where it's already done, and maybe we can see. So I have this extension, but this is just to generate a link. So all we have to do, I will show you, this is a demo, and you just do gitpod.io/ashbang and the repo in front of that. And if you are to go into this website or this link, just put it on the chat right now. You can exactly go there. You create your account if you don't have one. 50 hours per month in the free tier, so you can do that just now, and you will have a full Laravel full stack development environment booted up in a matter of minutes, because it's the first boot up, so it's a cold boot up. It's asking me if I want to open the Visual Studio Code in my desktop or not. Okay, I will say yeah. I was going to show you on the browser first. So this is another feature. We can use some local IDEs also, meaning VS Code and JetBrains products as well. So while this starts, I will also open it online. Whoa, not this that I wanted. Just wanted to go inside the workspace. I think I would be able to, yeah, open in browser also. I will bring back the VS Code in a minute. I think this is easier to understand like this. It's also asking me here if I want to open, so that's cool. So what do we have here? So think of this as VS Code inside the browser, right? And it's not with my preferences, or this browser would be on the right. I have to take care of that still. Well, but that's it. This is a project. And how does it know what we need? All the magic goes inside just one file. It's called .gitpod.yaml. And there are some tasks that we define when let's call it a new computer boots up for our session. And this computer, note that quote unquote computer, so it's an environment. Let's think of that as a Ubuntu VPS, sort of. And what happens is that let's pretend this is our machine, and we will run some tasks when we do the first boot and when we just get back into resuming a session. So this translates, let's not go into in detail through the file right now, but this translates that there are 4 tasks happening right now, which translates from 1, 2, 3, 4 tasks, okay? And they are here. So the first one would be, so this is a Laravel project, like we're running Wiki Center, which is a full stack Laravel application with plenty of services, and it's running with Laravel Sail. And hopefully today it will be running in GitPod as well. So you may contribute, or I can check a PR directly from one link. So it's going to be amazing. Sit tight, I will take you there. Okay, so we see this task, get composer dependencies. For the first time, we don't have Sail dependencies, so we need to use a compose Docker image. So it's not exactly true. We can do this other way, but this is a task that already ran, right? And it's finished. So I just have like, let's pretend this is our quote unquote computer. So I can do something like ll, right? And I have the project, and I don't know, php minus v, npm dash v, the same, yeah. So think of this as you are in a Ubuntu server, but it's your computer per se, or you are in an Ubuntu desktop. Most likely you are a Windows user or a Mac user, just because of the percentages of the market share. I don't know exactly. If you may comment, or I don't know, it would be interesting to see a poll, because this brings a cool concern, which is there's no more it works in my machine issue, right? Because right now everyone is working in the same environment, so it's also a problem that gets mitigated. There's Docker for that, and Vagrant, and VMs, and plenty of stuff more. But I think this is even better, because Docker has an amazing behavior in Linux, but macOS it degrades a little bit for the time being, and in Windows with WSL, which is the best in Windows, also degrades a little bit. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so now that we've seen this, I will just go into other task. That was setup sail environment. And is it finished? Yeah, okay. What we're doing, I know I'm taking a little bit, but it's because this is building, and well, this happened. Wait. Yeah, I think this needs some kind of fix in this repo, because this happened the other day also. So more into that later. So there's a task running that, because it's building from scratch, it takes a couple of minutes. So this sail environment would be to set up environment in relation to some links, because yeah, nothing is running in our machine. I just need an internet connection, and I run this whole environment. And exactly that is executing right now. So yeah, our Laravel container has to build, and it's doing right that. And this last task is waiting. And why? There's a like a stoplight utility that we get in this system that allows us to define which tasks have to go in which order. And how does that work? In this task, this last one, get composer dependencies, I guess. No, this needs to be changed. Okay, so it's just a name, never mind. What happens is that we will bring the sail, Laravel sail environment up, and we'll also npm install inside, and npm run dev to build the JavaScript. And I realized that, yeah, there's a surprise here, but no problem, we'll make it work. So what is... Oh no, I'm so sorry, I understood it wrong. Silly me. So sail up is going to be brought up here. Okay, I have a notification that some ports are open. Yeah, and this task has just started right now. Call about timing, huh? So let's see what is this that I got wrong. This means let's wait. GP stands for GitPod. It's the CLI application, and we're saying sync await this name. This argument is sail up, and meaning that there's like a publish subscribe until this await emits sail up. I will stop this execution, and then it will go to the next. So when this command finishes, it will say sync done, sail up. So when this finishes, instructs this line that sail up is done. So then it carries on. And this is what you have seen just now. This was stopped, and the vit compilation, the npm run dev, just ran when that executed. This means if I go to the other task, it should be executed and finished, and it is. And the last command that ran was to release sail up. So that's why it started the npm. And if all went well, with any luck, we will come to the links, and I will just click it, and there you go, a complete environment to this repository. So again, the link is in the chat. If you just click there, and you can instantly create an account with a free tier, no credit card required. Just use some account, GitHub, some OAuth account, or your credentials. It's very straightforward as always. So you can just click it and be 2 minutes away of bringing this up. There was this minor glitch in the other task. I just reran it, but stay with me. If something happens, we will make it right. So let's see this. This is a Portuguese community, DevPT, and we're building this website. There's some live streamings going in DevPT YouTube, and this is the result of a development environment, which is exactly this one. So let's change some file. Let's go into resources, JS pages, welcome, and let's change, well, there's this, okay, so typically it should be this. So hello, I'm changing, and if all goes well, there you go. It's changed because this is the result of our dev environment. How cool is that, right? Yeah, and I think this was just the demo, the starting point I wanted to show you, and we will do this for our Filament Wiki Center application. And we'll build it from scratch, okay? And I want to show you something even, I have some steps I want to do before jumping right into there. But yeah, so there's a database going on, right? So if I were to go into a terminal and I can just run, for example, PHP artisan tinker, right? I mean, migrate first, for example. So MySQL service not known. There's some issue here. So let me solve this. MySQL, it's MySQL site root. So what happened? Let me check. So this is Docker. Not sure if you know this. So it should have created the database. So service. Okay, let me check. Docker PS. So there should be MySQL running, and it is. Oh, never mind. I have to go inside the container because this is Docker. So vendor bin sile bash. And now that I'm inside the container, PHP artisan migrate. And there you go. We have some commands that run in the database. And for example, we can go inside PHP artisan tinker. And we can, let me put this maybe a little bit bigger. So if I were to make a query, user all, and it connected successfully into a database, and it's just that it's empty now. But if I were to go outside, so I'll quit it and PHP artisan db seed, And now if I were to tinker again and to get a user, I already have an inserted user because of the Laravel seeder. So database, seeders. When we see the database, we're already creating some records on the database. So this is exactly that record, okay? So Samuel is asking, out of curiosity, how about Sail Artisan Migrate? Yeah, it works the same. I just wanted to be inside the container. It's just that still don't have the alias here, so I would have to type all this. So vendor bin sail artisan migrate fresh dash dash seed, and everything is going to work as locally. So yeah. Yeah, no problem, Samuel. That's why we're here. What do you mean, never mind me? No, not never mind you. We are here to collaborate and work on this. Okay. So hopefully everyone got the picture of what's going on. So let's do something else. I'll just delete this environment. And that's it. It's gone. Now we would have to create another one. There's no issue in that. You saw how simple and easy that is. Let me bring a repository to your attention that I've done recently. And of course, feel free, ask any questions. So I have a repository that I want to bring here. And I have... What did I do? Oh, maybe I didn't commit it. Never mind. I will just open this blank, kind of blank repository. So I'm gonna just use it. Oh, I didn't show you. So let's do it this time in VS Code, in the local VS Code, because it's a mirror. So all good for Samuel. So that's cool. Okay. Let's open, okay, in the browser, let's say, for now. So 20 minutes in, all good. So this time I will say, this time I want to open in VS Code. I will open them side by side and you will see how cool this is. So what's happening is that this VS Code instance is connected into the GitPod environment. So they're in sync, right? They're the same, basically. It's just whether you want which environment you want to use. So it's up to your preference. So let's say I were to do LL, and it happens in both. So how cool is that, right? So if I don't know, let's make pwd, check where we are, just, yeah, where am I? So yeah, let's check something also. So this is just for you to make sure that I wanted to make sure that everyone knows, despite being VS Code, this is running in the cloud. Okay. So GP stands for our utility. I guess I'll work in the browser for now, at least. So there's this helper that helps us a lot, and recently there's GP rebuild, which is amazing to debug, not to debug, but yeah, while building the environment for our project. So we don't need, when we will change the gitpod.yaml file, we don't need like to commit, save, restart a new works, it would be lots of manual labor, right? So we are recently, this was added, so you can just run GitPod rebuild and it would instantly restart with the current directory, a new environment. Okay, so we have an image and this is just empty file, okay, empty repo, as it's like it has nothing. So we're gonna start a file touch.gitpod.yaml, and I could start making some tasks that would run when init. So init, let's run echo hello world, okay. But I'm more interested in something else. We can use an image that we might want, but also we can use a file to build our own instance that we run. So let's say .gitpod.dockerfile, and I'll just make that file. And from here we have our environment. Not sure if you're a Docker user, but no problem. It's very intuitive. So we will say we want to start from some image, right? And this is going to be workspace full. And what do I want? I just want, we have Composer installed. So I just want to run Composer global require Laravel installer. We don't even need this. So this is just an example. I can set up my own thing. So if I were to have this file committed into the repo, when I would be ready, I would have the Laravel command. So if I were to do, let me just check if I didn't forget anything. So yeah, from now on I can run Laravel. Oops, I cannot. There's something more we need to do. So om/config composer vendor bin Laravel. Yeah, so we now have Laravel here. We wouldn't have it if, yeah, I should remove it, right? So rm.rf tilde /.config/composer. Yeah, so it's removed. So I don't have Laravel command anymore. But if I were to gitpod rebuild, it would build the workspace image, right? Starting here. Okay, so what happened? It wasn't able to build. So .gitpod.dockerfile git, oh, sorry, a typo happened. So yeah, if this would have happened without the gitpod rebuild command, we would have to do a full cycle. But because of this, we will be able to just rebuild with all caches in place, meaning that all the images for Docker and all the downloads that would take some time, they would not take it after the first iteration. So for the first one, we have to wait that little bit. So, and all of this is not happening in my machine. So all of this happens in the cloud. So all this bandwidth is not needed. I just need to see the pixels changing, right? So it's very lightweight on the connection. So that's good if you're on the go on LTE connection or on a low speed internet. So that's just another amazing feature. Okay, so this should be good in the meantime. And I will just get the command for instance, a new Laravel application. It wouldn't have to be Laravel. We could have just something that would go into that would serve an application. Where's the composer? But it was exactly that command. It was from Laravel 5.5. Funny enough, I used version 5.5. I used 4.0 even. So where's the composer create project? Yeah. I just don't know all the commands by hand. Yeah. So it's this. Let's get back into our environment. Still not ready. Extracting, so yeah. Let's just wait this little bit. So yeah, almost there. This could be cached, by the way. There's all sorts of things. Not cached, but just pulled from a private repository or a public one. So in a second. This is just like a VPS, actually. You see that composer command just ran, this one. It's just like I am booting this. And we can now debug this other environment. We can connect there. I mean, I can, because I have the SSH key configured. You cannot. So I can go there right now, as this was the first boot up of such environment. Because remember, this is not in the Git repository. I have just put it there. So you see, our first task was echo hello world, and here it is. And if all went well, I think it's not in the path. Yeah. So I would have to run that command from the complete path. So home folder, config, composer, vendor, bin, Laravel. Yeah, so I can instantly now start a Laravel application by issuing, for example, Laravel new and website, I don't know. And it's installing Laravel. I remind you, I'm not using Docker right now. This is just a VPS with PHP. So I now have a website folder, and I'll just run php artisan serve. And sure enough, GitPod, this environment, now knows it's serving in port 8000, and I will open it. And yeah, in my debug environment, where I'm trying the configuration that I just tinkered with, I just installed a PHP application, made it serve, and it's in my browser. How cool is that? It was just, yeah, you've seen it. You can reproduce every step in a matter of 5 minutes. So yeah, you don't have to know Docker, because just because Wiki Center is using the software we're building, just because it's a first-party support for Docker, doesn't mean that is using GitPod because of Docker. No. There's a ton of features that are very interesting, and you are perfectly fine if you do something with npm. I don't know, there's like npm install serve, right? And we could run, okay, it's installing. We could run serve to serve the static assets. So let's go into the public folder, And let's run serve, right? Whoops. npm. Whoa. Let me install it globally. And hopefully I can run npm serve. No, just serve, I guess. Oh, the path .config. Sometimes I start things. So which node? Okay. No, which npm, right? No, I want the node folder, the node models global npm. I just want to run something to serve php -s. Whoa, I put myself into a lane I didn't want to. Now I'm stuck. npm. I think I can run it from here. Serve, because no. / node modules bin, right? No, okay, bin serve should be there or not. Cd node models bin. Oh, there's no node models. There is. So there's no bin directory. So serve build. Oh, it's differently. I didn't know this. So okay. Node main.js. So now it's serving the static files of this folder, and you can see now we can open this browser here, and I can go into that file in the directly, right? So sorry I didn't put a node in the path and that manual setup, but you get the point. You can just use this as a typical VPS, just something that it's being served. It's easy to do. Also, you have to make port. You might have to make a port public to share it publicly. So yeah. So I hope this opened your mind how easy this can be. And yeah, that's it. Let's put our hands into Wiki Center. So coming back into the other workspace where we were playing with the setup. So now we should commit and to make this ready for the next one. And that's it. But we're not going to do that. We will jump now into our software Wiki Center. And this is the one we are making possible to develop entirely on its entirety in GitPod. And if you want to know about this, if you still don't know it, so I will leave the link in the chat in the description. You can read all about it here. It's a wiki software based in Laravel, and it's built with Laravel, of course, I've said it already, and also Filament, Fabricator, and more. So yeah, be sure to check that out, and yeah, we'll get back into code in the next one. Oh, I cannot go without mentioning we are still developing with Sail, but if you are watching this just because of GitPod, definitely go and check out server-side-up.net. I will leave you the link here, and it has an amazing image. They have amazing lots of stuff, so be sure to check all of the work. But there's the Docker image, so ready to production. So yeah, there are plenty of options for you to choose. And I definitely am going to use this in Wiki Center, but I just wanted to share this. It's based on Ubuntu 22, so it will be very easy to configure when you will need it. You can use as you want. You might want to use FPM separate from an Nginx container, or you might just want to use it together as you wish. So they are not opinionating about that. The single responsibility here when they're together is to serve the website. So, oh yeah, so this image is also multi-role, so it can act as a cron, a scheduler, and of course web server. And it's Kubernetes ready because it's using S6 overlay, and based on that we can define jobs while booting up and all sorts of things more conveniently than with a supervisor. So yeah, I would advise you to check this as well. But of course we will be doing this in a future episode. Okay, coming back, let's grab our repository. So, and I have the GitPod extension, so when I'm in a commit, it could be a PR or something. I just want to boot an environment with this commit. So I'm just gonna go into a link. It could be to another commit, and it would boot up all the environment, a fresh one, just for that specific commit. So that would be amazing. So yeah, maybe let's use VS Code this time. Is the same essentially, your choice. And why no more questions? No one's asking anything, so why is that? Wiki Center already started something. How come? Oh, did I put something already? I did. I didn't remember this. Oh no, I didn't. It was GitPod putting this automatically. Most likely because it detected the pnpm lock.yaml, so it conveniently put this gitpod.yaml file, and so that's why it's running it. And if I'm not mistaken, we can already visit the node build website, right? Well, this link is not going to work, so it's not in localhost. So maybe I'm missing something, but here it's right. And yeah, as you can see, this is a freshly environment, and this is a fresh made environment, and just for it's running the Wiki Center Vite server. So of course we also need to run the Laravel stuff, and we'll do that just now. So Omer has a question. Patricio, how to learn building API? Any courses or practices? Thanks for answer. Okay, so I would say go to Laracasts. Also Steve King YouTube. He is the guy who learned how to spell API before ABC. And well, Laravel community in general is very friendly, so I would recommend you. You will find in Laracasts and Steve King, at least to begin. Also Povilas, laraveldaily.com. So you have plenty of resources, and Laravel community will be very friendly. I'm totally sure. And what you will want to do as my recommendation is, I don't know what your use case is to begin with. So I don't know if you exactly want to build an API, real API. So I should ask you this because depending on what kind of API you want to build, if it's to be consumed by a third party or by something you own, because, well, I'm just gonna say this. Not only the typical API layer of authentication, there's Laravel Sanctum, and it's a, what is this? I won't explain it better than the documentation. It's a featherweight authentication system for SPAs, mobile applications, and simple token-based APIs. So yeah, that's it. Basically, in my own words, is think of this as an API layer that works with websites. So they must be on the same domain, or you have to put it, for example, under a subdomain and share cookies and do just a small thing. And let me point you to a YouTube Sanctum Laravel. So you will find Said did one in the official YouTube. So moment. Yeah. With a Next.js or Next.js. It doesn't matter what front end you're using. What happens is using a lot of REST API 1 year ago. Yeah, I think this is the one. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So you just have to do a little bit of tweaking so that okay, so Omer has replied for a mobile app and web app for online store. So everything is yours, right? So I would definitely tell you multiple things, a multitude of things, but for example, the web app, if you want to do it with JavaScript, you could do it with Inertia.js, and this has Sanctum under the hood, and you could provide API endpoints also to the mobile app. It could be Livewire and API also. It would be different. Maybe go think of it as Inertia and API, most likely better understanding. But yeah, it's this. When you're using Sanctum, it doesn't matter if it's a web API or a mobile application, because Sanctum will check for authentication in two ways. First, a request header authentication looks for a barrier token and authenticates from there. And if this doesn't work, it goes to the cookie to stored with the token. So not exactly with the token, but it's encrypted, so with the authentication layer stuff. So definitely in your case, I would go learn API, but I would do it with a Laravel Sanctum and most likely Inertia or Livewire, and totally do it with Sanctum. I don't know what you're doing in the front end. Maybe you're using Flutter for everything. So if you will be instructed into Breeze. So Breeze will work with Blade. React or Vue means Inertia, but you can Next or Angular or whatever, doesn't matter. API, right? So just choose Breeze and API and you'll be good to go. This is my recommendation. Okay, let's go. Let's get back. I hope I was clear, Omer. Let me know. So, coming back. Okay, there's a gitpod.yaml. And I guess I'm just gonna go and work from the devpt website because it's so much ready. devpt.co org website. So I'm gonna go and grab the configuration. You've seen it all working, right? I'm just gonna go and stop this task. So I'm gonna stop this and this. So stopping, just one task. Yeah, maybe. So you see now there are multiple. So because there was just one, I wouldn't see this pane. So yeah, think of this as a computer, a VPS, your own laptop with stuff already installed. And you have PHP, you have Node, and also you have Docker seamlessly. So you can just run Docker commands and that's it. And yeah, funny enough, you are inside a Kubernetes pod. So this is also a container, but it just feels like a VM, right? And of course, don't forget the GitPod CLI and you'll be good. Okay. Oh, and of course, be sure to join Discord, GitPod Discord community, and folks are very inclusive and will be welcoming you and clearing the doubts you might have. Yeah, Omer, no worries. I'm happy you understood. Maybe I took some time. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get excited explaining the stuff. So maybe I took so much longer. Short answer, Laravel Sanctum, inertia, Laravel Breeze. Yeah, that's it. Okay, getting back. Let's edit our gitpod.yaml file and we're here. I'll just get rid of unnecessary for now because I already know it. Let's open our gitpod.yaml and it's exactly the same configuration here. Let me open gitpod.dev. It will be easier to edit this file. I guess with a little bit overtime, 7 minutes to close the 1 hour. But no problem, even if it takes a little bit more. So what's going to happen here is, what are we doing here? We are using Composer from inside a Docker image. But I guess we don't need to do that. This was one of my first experiments with GitPod, and we were discovering stuff with Ivo. Hello Ivo, if you're watching, and thank you for showing me this once again. Get composer dependencies for the first time. Okay, so init, there's init there, and then there's command. Init is in the first, just in the first boot up, in the cold start. I guess this would have to be sourced, right? So I want to add this command and then I want to source it. I want to add this alias and then I want it to be immediately available. Yeah. And I guess if Composer is already available in the image, I'm going to go and install ignoring platform requirements, meaning it will just respect the composer.log file in the root. And and I will signal, hey, to whatever process listening, composer dependencies done, right? That's why we see sync done. But then we have the sync await, and processes awaiting for composer dependencies string will be able to start. So yeah, let's check if this works. I will check it right here. I will allow pasting, and yeah, it's running right out of the box. So we can now run even all of this task. We can run it right here. There you go. And if all went well, I can just run sail, and yeah. So now it's the same as running vendor bin sail, right? It's an alias. It's so much faster than in my computer. It's amazing. Okay, so first step is done. Second step, we need to set up the environment file. And I'm not sure if there's a better way. Maybe there's a GitPod CLI helper for that. I mean, we're already using that. Or are we in the... No, we're using environment variables. But then I realized that we have URL. So gp URL. So what if I want to do gp URL and get a port? Gp URL 80. So this is so much better because we've been tinkering with some hard-coded strings and environment variables that are available. If we were to do getenv, whoop. So like, can I zoom just this? I guess I can, but yeah. So getenv grep URL. What do you mean? Oh, it's not getenv, so I'm not sure what the... This is a PHP command. Never mind. PHP function. Okay, never mind. There's a better solution than doing this, and of course, I guess we'll try to do that. So cp.env.example, it will be copied, and I need to make this cleaner. I just like to have the stuff that are needed, and I can start right here. I will just copy this. It has to be Wiki. I mean, I don't even need to copy it. It's just that I'm not using Pusher for now. So there you go. Real-time notifications. It could be used broadcasting, right? Via WebSockets. I'm not using any AWS bucket for now. Not using Mailer because if you don't know Laravel, yeah, you will learn this later. All of these are values that go into the environment, and from there they are caught up. For example, you want to define app name. It's a configuration that lives inside config app name. So, and Laravel caches this config, so it's not reading the file on every request. And app name, it will be whatever is in the environment file, or it will be Laravel string as a default, right? So yeah, lots of stuff in the environment that we don't need. Did I change something in that file? I hope not. No. Okay, it's just italic. Don't know why. So not using Redis for now, not Mail, not... All of these have defaults. So for example, if I were to go into config, broadcast, there's a broadcaster that is null. So yeah, you see, you get the feeling, right? You get how it goes. Well, it's now turning into log, into null and not log, but this is okay. I think we're not even going to need this vit URL. I mean, no, we do because vit needs it. Never mind what I said. Okay, so let's change our .env.example. Cool. We also don't need those are all default. And app URL turns with this. So what's happening in our task? It's happening a couple of stuff. So we are replacing with a bash, with a set function. We are replacing this string with this string. So yeah, we're going to change just that. What we need to do is, yeah, we can test this even inline. So right now our .env.example doesn't even exist, right? We just have example we don't have a .env, right? So we're going to run this command. There you go, .env was created, and there you go, 80. And so this is what we need in this task. So, but that stuff, we can achieve it by running gp GitPod URL for port 80, right? So we don't need all this mess that we've been doing before. So we just need GitPod vit URL. App URL, yeah, this is so tricky. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get this well. So we're going to change this string for, we have to change this to execute GitPod URL 80, right? And if all went well, we just need to put then the same. Whoop, one more. Is this okay? I'm not sure. I'm not always tinkering with these sorts of things. So yeah, GitPod vit URL is empty. No, not empty. It has HTTPS. Let's remove it. So GitPod vit URL is empty to begin with, right? This, let's replace it with, that's the delimiter, our hashbang. So we're going to use port 5173. And that's it. I'm going to delete the .env file. That's it. I'm going to run again this task. I can easily test it here. I don't need to rebuild the environment. So yeah, let's see what we get. And yay, we get everything as we had. So can you see the difference? There was this code to do the same as this code. So for me, it's much value to understand things with less cognitive load. Yeah, so I'm happy with this. Cool. And we have Claudio with us. Hi guys, greetings from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Olá, olá, Claudio. Welcome, welcome. Bem-vindo aí. Let's go. Okay, so next task. Next task. We need to execute Laravel sale. Thing is, this is going to take a little bit of time, and it's the amazing opportunity to check GitPod rebuild, how good that is going to be. Because we will be able to run it multiple times, and we will benefit from the caches and everything. So we need, yeah, so you see, this runs immediately. And when composer dependencies is done, then the sync await composer dependencies will start, okay? And then we will run vendor bin sale up. Yeah, the thing is, even so this was sourcing into bash aliases, so we would have to do this source in the base image so that we could run just sale here. So let's not get tricked with this. This would never happen here. So I'm just gonna go and delete this from here, keeping it simple. I mean, we could just, no, we couldn't, because this will run in the cold start and this will run when we are returning into a session, so not a cold start, right? Same for here, it's in the cold start and the returning to a session. Okay, so let's do this. Let's run GitPod rebuild, and if all goes well, we don't have to commit the file and do the whole cycle to see it. So yeah, we'll have to wait a little bit. So everyone watching, can you tell me how much are you enjoying this this stream? Are you enjoying GitPod, and are you seeing the benefits of having a cloud-based development environment? Because I'm really excited about this. I've been using for very recently, and I am so happy it started a couple of months ago. Okay. We would have now to wait this little bit. Yeah, I wish there was somehow a way to keep those caches somewhere. Yeah, that's life. We have to iterate and to be always thinking in the next step. Cheers, huh? So we have, is this running? Any questions you might have? So people are very, very silent today. I guess everyone wants to see code and not DevOps, right? Maybe that's the reason. You don't want to mess with setups. Is this a fact? So please be vocal. Share some opinions. That's why we're live streaming. Or else I could just not live stream, right? So that's not the point, to be here sitting by myself, speaking alone. Okay, we're almost there. And I remind you, let me remind you, this is just on this first rebuild that I'm doing. It's doing this download. So on the next one, if I were to change something, and I probably am going to need to change something, and then it would be faster, right? So the pop-up was blocked because it doesn't know this website. Of course, this is generated for me right now, and I will just open it, the new environment. It's ready, just like if it was built now. Not like it was really built. Hey, so what's happening? Docker compose v2 as an error. Negative repeat count, I'm not sure. So this is nothing related. Let me just check something. No, not this. This. What are we running? No, but if I am to run again, it would be okay. No, not in this environment. In this. Sorry. We're using 8.2. So it shouldn't fail, right? Oh, we have some answers. Omer saying GitPod a bit advanced for me. I am a fresher. Yeah, don't worry, Omer. If you need a setup to work remotely, let me know. If you want to develop APIs on GitPod, you can easily just make it from Wiki Center. Yeah. So for sure I can get you started with that. It will take all of the trouble out of your way, right? You don't need to know how to make it. You make it once and it's a set and forget kind of thing. So yeah, that's good. So Claudio is on the subway, on his way home. So yeah, thank you for that. And it's the first time he is watching GitPod, getting to know about GitPod. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. We can get so much benefits out of it. Yeah, I'm having this trouble on the first time we're running sail up. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure at all why. When we run it from the... Okay, so let's run GitPod rebuild again. I stopped it. I will rebuild again. And let's notice how much faster it is right now, because it doesn't have to... You saw? Quick. Aha! So now it's running well. It booted up well. I'm not sure. I don't like it when things get solved on their own, right? I need to know why they're failing. So I don't like intermittent failures. That's worse than a permanent failure, right? Okay, so while this first sail environment builds, let's take care of sail. And we will need to install the sorry, we'll need to install node dependencies. So install node dependencies and run it, the compiler, or the transpiler, so to say. Run the pipeline and run vit. Easier. So npm run dev will run the vit compilation. That's it. And it will only do that after it listens to the sail up string. And I shouldn't do this here. I should do this in this environment. I'm thinking it's the same. I'm reminding lose session on this. So yeah, GitPod also have some sessions with the community. GitPod office hours, right? It's very, very nice. So let's do, what shall we do? We were into .gitpod.yaml file. And yeah, it's here. So it's like this folder is shared across both environments. Okay, so we have some ports opened, sail as started. So if all went well in ports, we will have a Laravel application, and we do. And if we were into /admin, we have our filament, but is not having any assets. Right, so we need to run vit also. But even so, why isn't this? It should have the filament assets. Yeah, 80 debug. Yeah, I'm just not sure. 5173. Yeah, let's check that. No problem. So sail as built. I will leave our debug environment and get back into our environment once again. We tinkered with the gitpod.yaml, and once more I'm gonna gitpod rebuild. I'm curious if the Docker caches are local now, if Laravel sail will be also much faster. So let's do this. Gitpod rebuild, starting a new workspace with this YAML file. And let's go. I don't want to open. Yeah, so everything is, yeah, sail up then. So yeah, it was this much faster. Amazing. Gitpod rebuild is a loaf of fresh air. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. Okay, npm is installing. And it will build now. Ah, I know why we don't have the assets, because we don't have, I know, we shouldn't have run the assets because it is not in the purge for Tailwind, so we need to do that. So that it will build with the native classes. And also we need, I think we need to publish this port, at least we need it in the other repository. And I think we're using npm instead of pnpm. Not I think, we are. So it's taking a little bit longer than I would expect. No, not a problem. Let's see. Let's have it finishing. And if all goes well, whoa, what happened then? npm run dev. Whoa, but now it's in 5174. Ah, got it. Is it the same ports? Because it went into a different port. Yeah, so that's not optimal. So we do have our Laravel application, and our filament is without any styling. Okay, so database is also not migrated, but all of that is expected. Okay, nothing to worry about. Our environment is well. I'll just come here. And what am I going to do? I'm just gonna change for now. Maybe we could replace. Yeah, no problem. Let's go with 5174. Okay, let's delete this debug environment. Or let's not even run it at all, just to see it work. Cool. So GitPod rebuild again, and it will just bring all this environment up again. Come on, come on. Let's go. Doesn't matter, we removed. So we are now opening port 80. And if all goes well, we're not overriding any assets. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? HTTP colon. Oh, wait. HTTP? But it's just not accepting the assets, right? Because it's HTTP not HTTPS. So what's the app URL? HTTPS. Okay, so I think I know. So config, not config, HTTP, middleware, and kernel. No, trust proxies, and it's behind the load balancer. So, whoop, not this, but this. Is it correct? Yes, it is. So we have a full. Okay, so again, not able to connect to the database, so let's migrate it. Wiki Center root db password is empty. Is it running database? Docker PS. And it is running a MySQL database. So sail artisan migrate. No. Dot vendor bean sail artisan migrate. Whoop. Okay. So connection refused. Why is that? Oh, host is wrong. I guess you guys know. No one is screaming at me. Why? You should have told me. You should have told me. Should have told me. Yes, right. So now this is not synchronized. Yeah. Maybe I told you something wrong. Not sure. Hopefully not. So migrating database, and yeah, we don't have a user, so we should database seeders do. Oh, we do. Migrate fresh -- seed, and if all went well, we can just refresh. It's autofilled because we are in local environment, so I can just sign in, and there we go. Wiki Center, Filament, we're inside. So let's test something. We have to sail artisan. Oh, we need that sail artisan storage link. Okay, vendor bean sail storage link. Okay, so it's done. So let me just upload some picture with curator. So new media. Oh yeah, right. So let's update. It can be our logo, no problem. And uploading file. Great. We can just fill some things. And now after saved, we can also make some curations manually, because these are supposed to be done automatically by default, but this is for another video. So yeah, I just generated a picture from the curation from this. So yeah, all this with the easiness that you've seen. And if I were to go to the URL, there you go, right? How cool is this? This is running nothing in my machine, right? You can do this in any computer in the world. So yeah, do let me know what you're thinking. How cool is this? So last thing we need is to run the build command if we want to make custom themes and or custom components, and we'll be doing just that. So I'm just gonna go and grab filamentphp.com. I'm going to go into documentation, no, into tricks, and I'm gonna find a trick by Leandro. Hello, Leandro. And yes, plenty of those, so be sure to check his work. I think maybe it's not finding by Leandro, but it's the theme. Where is that? No, custom wasn't. Am I making a confusion? I don't think so. Is it on the blog maybe? Sorry, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Leandro. Yeah, I was not mistaken. So if you want to make a filament in a couple of minutes, be sure to check this article out. Oh, Claudio is finding GitPod awesome. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, and he knows filament. Right. He's telling me it's in blog. There's a little bit of a delay, so what I'm going to get right now, I don't want to build a custom theme. I just want to pick on the filament base stuff. So I should just find it here, not here. Yeah, here we go. So to the Tailwind purge. Yeah, I could have guessed this, but yeah, never mind. Be sure to check this blog post out. It's very cool. We need to go into the Tailwind, which is not installed. So yeah, we are having 1 hour and 30 in. So I guess maybe we can run the theme right now. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Config filament. So this should be done. Okay. Okay. Building themes. So let's do this. Control C, Control C. Cool. So let's npm install these packages. Also, Samuel is finding GitPod fantastic. Did you know about this before, Samuel? Or is it the first? How is this coming for you? Okay, so if all went well, we should have installed... no? Why didn't we? Unsupported protocol? What's happening? Okay, so there's something with... because I was using pnpm. Okay, so npm install pnpm, right? Oh, but now it's not in the path, so... Oh, someone checked GitPod after me mentioning in the first stream in this series. So yeah, that's cool. Very cool. And we have Yaman Jamal with us. Hey Patricio, I watched all your streams about Docker. That's cool. And they were really helpful. Thanks a lot. Keep it up. No, thank you, Jamal, for watching and for giving me such feedback. It's amazing. I'm really glad I could help you out. Let's go. Okay, so I'm looking to install, but even so, I'll just cancel it. I'll just remove, or even by manually, I want to delete pnpm lock, also node modules folder. Okay, so now I can peacefully, I think I should, why not? What? Not exactly sure why this wouldn't work. Ah, and it does. Okay. So now we have package.json is changed, right? Next, we need a tailwind config.js. So for that, we'll run npx tailwind css init, and we'll make sure that the content is like this. Cool. Next, Leandro wants to make sure we have post.css config file, and we should have it already. And we don't. So let's just create one. So post.css.config.js, right? So that's why I put it there. In another project, I already added there. So yeah, that's me thinking something else. So this is to make a custom theme. Okay, let's go. Let's make a custom theme by customizing our CSS app.css. So we will get the custom and change some stuff. Okay, okay. We have to go into some provider and include also this method so that it will find the filament render hook, and we'll install all this, and we'll inject such code in the right place. And okay, this is in another plugin, and let me grab the namespaces real quick. Okay, what's more to do? Brand logo, yeah, let's just npm run build or dev npm run build. This way it will store the files in disk. And what's more? Okay, I think nothing more. So right now we should commit, but I'll just rebuild. So starting a new environment, taking the one from as a base. And because we're rebuilding, it's so much faster than the cold boot. Okay, so something happened. Cannot use as the name is already in use. Oh, wait. Okay, so I made a mistake. Let's stop and rebuild again. Let's go. Coding has these kinds of stuff, and especially DevOps. Okay, so it's done. And yeah, so the public storage is also being done. Let's open in the browser. Sure enough, we have the front end and we have the back end, and already with a custom theme. How cool is that, right? We could go ahead, and we do have a page that is done with Fabricator, which is an amazing package also. We have some pages. They are done based on JSON, right? So yeah, I can just edit this block by block. Fabricator and filament and curator are just amazing. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and save changes, and if I were to refresh, yeah, how cool is this, right? And all of this is done on GitPod, on the cloud. I could have done this in a iPad or a Raspberry Pi, whatever, over a 3G network, right? So cool. And I will be able, everyone's gonna be able in Wiki Center, where when someone opens a pull request, I can just come and go directly into GitPod and dive into the code, into some new functionality, some new feature, and that's it. So yeah, I hope you find this of help. I will now have to go. We're half hour later, so I'm gonna thank you everyone who was watching, and I'm just gonna go and wait a little bit because someone might have a few questions. Yeah, I'm really happy we reached our goal, and yeah, pretty much that. So on the next episode, we will be able to change Docker image, or we'll do it when we go to production. I don't know. I just want to focus also on code, on tests, end-to-end testing, doing that in GitPod. So yeah. Oh, Rolando, you were there and you didn't say anything. Malandro. I hope you enjoyed. Did you see the changes? So Rolando was collaborating also in the dev PT repo. So where's this? Yeah. Did you see those changes about GP URL? It made code so simpler, right? Ora é essa, Cláudia. No problem. Always glad to help and to be here. Learn and share knowledge. Yeah, that's always a pleasure. No doubt. So I guess that's delay enough. Everyone is ready. I'm just, yeah, after 1 hour and a half, I'm just not sure what to show you, what to tell you. I think it was a little bit longer than I expected. Rolando just arrived now. Okay, okay. So I guess you can find it recap, but I'm guessing you know 80% or more of what's going on. Everything will be in the Wiki Center repository. I will just finish this after dinner. I need some rest now, and then everything I will upload and make sure everything was okay. I'm just happy that we reached, even being above the expected time, we did it. Yeah, so together, let's go. Yeah. That's it. So be sure to find the next episode. I think I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, so we'll continue this, and hopefully this month we will see some first beta version of I still have to work on the roadmap for Wiki Center, proper readme. I don't know. I guess I can do that for tomorrow or someday next week. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Really excited about all this. So yeah, again, be sure to check GitPod and the cloud-based environments, development environments. They're really cool and lots of benefits. I can just not to get them out of my head. I will get them, but so everything related to coding. When you want to see some feature or some PR and you want to see it, if you have GitPod in place, you can just, with one click, it boots up a full development environment in the cloud, and you are ready to play with it, and that's it. You see if everything is okay, and you approve or disapprove such PR, and it's so much easier. You can do this from an iPad, from a Raspberry Pi. Everything is cloud-based, Linux all the way, so no problems with OS things. You can see that for instance, a Docker command, Docker command is instant. So yeah, it will most likely improve your speed in development. So onboarding team members, onboarding students. So it's very easy. Pair programming. Set up playgrounds. Yeah, that's plenty we can do. We didn't explore even 5%. We might go back and watch everything again if you just joined. We have Docker, so we can just put all kinds of services. Oh, Docker stats. Sorry. We can just go and boot up any Docker service, databases, WebSockets, all sorts of things. So yeah, that's it. I hope you got excited about this because I did. I want to thank you again, everyone. Samuel, Jamal, Rolando, Claudio, everyone that joined. Omer also, yeah. So everyone that joined after the video, I want to thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next one. As always, happy coding. Ciao.